I think you may have answered this earlier. What was the best advice ever given to you?
Yeah, boy, I don't know. It's
Can be
hard to
more
say.
than one, professional.
Yeah,
personal.
I mean, certainly, don't ever forget about your, every
Yeah.
meal is as important from a professional level.
Sure.
I think on a personal level, as far as the way I treat my staff, I mean, they're family. I mean, everybody's family. It's one of those things where I think everybody, I want them to come to work. I want everybody to be happy. My
Well,
dad and I
eating
used to
at
joke
Corbett's
about this, but my father, in the old days, because he worked the door, if somebody had an issue, he'd come in and be like, I want everyone to be happy. And he'd look at the person who's having the issue and be like, why aren't you happy? And then they'd either turn tail and get out, or they'd all of a sudden they would realize that, he's very sincere and that we want people to come to work and have a positive experience.
Well, from a patron standpoint, they look really engaged and really like being there. You can just sense it.
And just care for them. And I mean, they're people, they have issues themselves, many of which are tremendously strained personal issues. A lot of them are single parents. A lot of them have other things that are going on. And employers have got to be understanding about that, because in 2008, it's all about retention. And to do what I'm trying to do out there is completely retention. I mean, you will never get that rating unless you develop and foster personal pride throughout the entire restaurant, from the dishwasher to the person that greets you to the person on the phone.
Do you have to be open a certain amount of years?
Yeah, you have to be open. I think one or maybe, I think it's 2 to get them to come visit you. So we're just hoping to get the 4. If I get the 4,
I got you.
I think Lily's had a 4 at one point. I'm not sure. I know Casa Graziani was the big 4-star.
Sure.
And then the 5, I think 5 years is my goal, in the 5-year deal.
Can you define leadership in one word, Chef Dean?
I mean, fair for me. I'm fair to everybody, regardless of the situation. And anybody that works for me will tell you that. I mean, right is right and wrong is wrong. It's a very integrity-oriented situation. Everybody is, I expect people to be honest. I expect them to show up. I expect them to be ready to work. If they have a crisis, I expect them to come to me before I hear about it from the 19th person.
Right.
And that it blows up in our face and affects our jobs and how we do take care of our guests. It's all about the command. I'm not a dictator by any stretch of the imagination, but they know that I'm very, very serious when I tell them that I expect the food to be the way it is supposed to be on the menu, read correctly, serve correctly, taste correctly. Same with the service style. You'll get a couple of strikes where, if you make the same mistake more than that, then you're either going to be seeking employment elsewhere, or you're going to be moved to a position where you can't do as much damage. So,
gotcha. Well, that's fair.
It's fair.
Like
it's straight. And then they're told from the beginning. So it's not a situation where all of a sudden we just decide to come after them and say, well, the rules are very clear, and very consistent would be the other word I would use. We're consistent across the board. So we have zero tolerance for drugs. We have zero tolerance for, any kind of criminal situation. You have to anymore. You have to be on the mark with that.